everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 130. Whoop, whoop.
Welcome. It's our last one of the year, you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Party like it's 2025.
Right. Party like 2025 is about over. Yeah,
It is. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
It,
Hard
it
to believe it went so fast.
it did. It really did. I know they say every year gets faster and faster, and I think it's true.
Feels like it.
Yeah, it does. So today we're going to continue with our Peace for the Season theme for December. And we're going to talk about what went right this year. Instead of what can we change, we're going to focus on what went right that we can carry forward into 2026.
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
we're all about what do we want? Not
Yeah.
what we don't want more of. What do we want more of? And how can we begin to keep bringing that forward as our pattern
Yeah.
of thought and our pattern of attraction?
Yes. Yes. And we're going to go to our book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
We
Another
haven't
one.
talked about this one in a little bit.
Yeah. And we're going to do a little bit about appreciation and focus on that and the things that we love, the things that worked out for us this year.
We're going to do a little bit of reflection
Mhm.
and we're going to do some fun exercises to get us in the mode of what we want for next year and appreciation, which is one of the highest vibrations we can be in. So we're going to end the year on a high note and begin the new year on the same high note.
Yes. Yes. All right. So, where do we want to begin, Carissa?
So if you have the book, The Secret, which I hope you do because it's amazing.
Yeah,
If you have it, we're on page 12 and the section is called Attract the Good instead of the bad.
I love that.
Something we are quite familiar with, aren't we, Tracy?
Yes. Yeah.
We're all about what do we want? Absolutely.
We're used to practicing this.
Yes. Daily basis.
Yeah.
All right. So John Osseroff says, here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. Listen to your thoughts and listen to the words you are saying. The law is absolute and there are no mistakes. And when she's talking about the law, she's talking about the law of attraction.
Yeah.
An epidemic worse than any plague that humankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic alive when they predominantly think, speak, act, and focus on what they don't want. But this is a generation that will change history because we are receiving the knowledge that can free us from this epidemic. It begins with you, and you can become a pioneer of this new thought movement by simply thinking and speaking about what you want.
Mm.
Bob Doyle says, the law of attraction doesn't care whether you perceive something to be good or bad, or whether you don't want it or whether you do want it. It's responding to your thoughts. So if you're looking at a mountain of debt, feel terrible about it, that's the signal you're putting out into the universe. I feel really bad because of this debt I've got. You're just affirming it to yourself. You feel it on every level of your being. That's what you're getting more of. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impersonal and it does not see good or bad things. It is receiving your thoughts and reflecting back to you those thoughts as your life experience. The law of attraction simply gives you whatever it is you are thinking about.
Yeah. That is so true. And it happens daily if you notice it.
Yeah,
And when we do notice it, we can change that and we can make it go the right way for us
that's
instead
what's
of,
empowering about it is you have the power to change your own thought
yeah.
and to change the way that you feel. and to create something new in every single moment.
Yeah.
You don't have to continue along a vein that you don't prefer and just watch it peter out. No, just change it.
Right.
Change it.
Yep.
You have the ability to think about something or not think about something
Yeah.
and to change the way that you're thinking about it. And so think of this as an empowering thing. And that's the way that I choose to perceive it. And that's what it becomes for me
Yeah.
is empowering.
Yeah. All you have to do is pivot like we talk about so much. Oh, okay.
Pivoting is powerful.
Yeah, it really is. Use it every day. So, Lisa Nichols, author and personal empowerment advocate. The law of attraction is really obedient. When you think of the things that you want and you focus on them with all of your intention, then the law of attraction will give you exactly what you want every time. When you focus on the things that you don't want, I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. The law of attraction doesn't hear that you don't want, that you don't, doesn't hear that you don't want it. It manifests the things that you're thinking of. And so it's going to show up over and over and over again. The law of attraction is not biased to wants or don't wants. When you focus on something, no matter what it happens to be, you really are calling that into existence. And one thing I learned when I started studying the law of attraction is the law of attraction doesn't hear don't. It just hears I want whatever, so it just when you say don't, try and switch that up right away and switch it to what you want instead
What
of
do I want?
yeah, yeah. When you focus your thoughts on something you want and you focus and you hold that focus, you are in that moment summoning what you want with the mightiest power in the universe. The law of attraction doesn't compute don't, oh, here it is, don't or not or no or any other words of negation. As you speak words of negation, this is what the law of attraction is receiving. I don't want to spill something on this outfit. I want to spill something on this outfit and I want to spill more things. I don't want a bad haircut. The universe hears, I want bad haircuts. I don't want to be delayed. The universe hears, I want delays. I don't want that person to be rude to me. The universe hears, I want that person and more people to be rude to me. I don't want the restaurant to give away our table. The universe hears, I want restaurants to give away our tables. Isn't that crazy? Um, the you say, I don't want those shoes to hurt. The universe hears, I want shoes to hurt. I can't handle all this work. I want your work. I want more work than I can handle. I think I must say that a lot. Um, Speaking of my last couple of weeks that I've had. No, I don't want to catch the flu. I want the flu and I want to catch more things. I don't want to argue. I want more arguing. Don't speak to me like that. I want you to speak to me like that, and I want more people to speak to me like that. The law of attraction is giving you what you are thinking about, period. Bob Proctor says the law of attraction is always working, whether you believe it or understand it or not. The law of attraction is the law of creation. Quantum physicists tell us that the entire universe merged from thought. You create your life through your thoughts and the law of attraction, and every single person does the same. It doesn't just work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person's life throughout history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are and to be able to think your life into existence. So true.
So true and so amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said, the law of attraction is knowing about it is empowering
Hmm.
because it tells us that we have the power to create our lives as we want them to be.
Yeah.
And that means we can do, be, create anything
Hmm.
that we want in our lives, or at least the vibration of it.
Yeah.
And things of like, maybe it's not exactly what you pictured, but what it is it's the exact vibration of what you've been asking for. So it could be even better or more amazing than you could ever even imagine on your own.
Right.
And how fun is that? How
Yeah.
fun is that to co-create with the universe in a way that where it's like, oh, you want more surprises and delights?
Yeah.
Here, we have something even more amazing than even you were thinking about coming your way. Let's have fun together. I mean, how amazing is that? How beautiful is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fun. And when you learn to work with it in the way that we've been talking about, it really does become kind of a game. You can have so much fun to see what's coming next. What am I going to create next? Won't it be fun to see what's coming to me next? I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Esther Hicks always talks about life is supposed to be fun.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so let's make it so.
Right.
Let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
make this new year the most fun year we've ever had. Let's make
Yeah.
2026 amazing
Yeah.
because why not? Why
Yeah.
would we want anything else?
Right. So good.
All right. So we're continuing on. Lisa Nichols says, it's working as much as you're thinking. Anytime your thoughts are flowing, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the past, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the present or the future, the law of attraction is working. It's an ongoing process. You don't press pause. You don't press stop. It is forever in action, as your thoughts are. Whether we realize it or not, we are thinking most of the time. If you are speaking or listening to someone, you are thinking. If you are reading the newspaper or watching television, you are thinking. When you recall memories from your past, you are thinking. When you are considering something in your future, you are thinking. When you are driving, you are thinking. When you are getting ready in the morning, you are thinking. For many of us, the only time we are not thinking is when we are asleep. However, the forces of attraction are still operating on our last thoughts as we fall asleep. Make your last thoughts before going to sleep good thoughts.
Mm.
Michael Bernard Beckwith says, creation is always happening. Every time an individual has a thought or a prolonged chronic way of thinking, they're in the creation process. Something is going to manifest out of those thoughts. What you're thinking now is creating your future life. You create your life with your thoughts because you are always thinking, you are always creating. What you think about most or focus on most is what will appear as your life. Like all the laws of nature, there is utter perfection in this law. You create your life. Whatever you sow, you reap. Your thoughts are seeds, and the harvest you reap will depend on the seeds you plant. If you are complaining, the law of attraction will powerfully bring into your life more situations for you to complain about. If you are listening to someone else complain and focusing on that, sympathizing with them, agreeing with them in that moment, you are attracting more situations to yourself to complain about. The law is simply reflecting and giving back to you exactly what you were focusing on with your thoughts. With this powerful knowledge, you can completely change every circumstance and event in your entire life by changing the way that you think.
So good.
How
Um,
powerful is that? I mean,
yeah. It
it's like it's the easiest, most simple principle, yet in practice we find it so difficult.
yeah. Yeah. There was something I was gonna talk about. Oh, how, if you're thinking about the past, sometimes we think about like, how come I keep repeating these same things over and over? Well, that's a clue that you're thinking about the past too much because you're recreating that over and over. It might be with a different face or a different job or whatever, but you keep thinking about that past thing that you don't like. And so it comes in your future. It keeps coming back because you keep thinking about that thing. And that's kind of like what Lisa Nichols was talking about there. And until you figure that out, you're going to keep doing it. You got to break that cycle by not living in that past thing, that past situation. Yeah.
Right. Just like what is it that I keep repeating and how can I change it?
Right.
Just like me with my revelation with communication,
Yeah.
what I had on our podcast,
Right.
and how I recognized that. It was like, oh, that's a pattern that I don't want to keep repeating. And I was able to begin to change it. And
Yeah.
I've already seen the fruits
Huge
of that
change.
labor in like a short amount of time. It's been like a month, maybe
Right.
two.
Right. Yeah. It's been so cool to
Yeah.
watch what's happened after you change those thought patterns. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 360. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing, how quickly it can begin to change things for you. And sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's not as fast, but it all depends on you. I've practiced this enough that things begin to change fairly quickly, which is
Yeah. Yeah.
fun and amazing and delightful.
Yes. 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 So, Bill Harris, teacher and founder of Centerpoint Research Institute. I had a student named Robert who was taking an online course I have, part of which entails email access to me. Robert was gay. He outlined all of the grim realities of his life in his emails to me. In his job, his coworkers ganged up on him. It was constantly stressful because of how nasty they were with him. When he walked down the street, he was accosted by homophobic people who wanted to abuse him on in some way. He wanted to become a stand-up comedian. And when he did a stand-up comedy job, everybody heckled him about being gay. His whole life was one of unhappiness and misery, and it all focused around being attacked because he was gay. I began to teach him that he was focusing on what he did not want. I directed him back to his email. Then he sent me and said, "Read it again. Look at all the things you do not want that you're telling me about. I can tell you're very passionate about this, and when you focus on something with a lot of passion, it makes it happen even faster." Then he started taking this talking, sorry. Then he started taking this thing about focusing on what you want to heart, and he began really trying it. What happened within the next 6 to 8 weeks was an absolute miracle. All the people in his office who had been harassing him either transferred to another department, quit working at the company, or started completely leaving him alone. He began to love his job. When he walked down the street, nobody harassed him anymore. They just weren't there. When he did his stand-up comedy routines, he started getting standing ovations, and nobody was heckling him. His whole life changed because he changed from focusing on what he did not want, what he was afraid of, what he wanted to avoid, to focusing on what he did want. Robert's life changed because he changed his thoughts. He emitted a different frequency out into the universe. The universe must deliver the pictures of the new frequency, no matter how impossible the situation might seem. Robert's new thoughts became his new frequency, and the pictures of his entire life changed. Your life is in your hands. No matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life, you can begin to consciously choose your thoughts and you can change your life. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. So, so good. And it can be that easy if we allow it to be, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is that easy. And the easier we let it be, the easier it becomes.
Yeah,
The easier we feel about it, the easier things are, and the
right.
easier things come.
Yeah.
And so, isn't that nice that one of the things we could focus on is I want it to be easy?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, how nice of a wonderful thing to focus on first is I want it to be easy because that's one thing that we'd all like is I want it to be easier. I want it to be easy. I want things to come to me easily.
Hmm.
It feels good.
It does feel good. And, you know, when you think about it, like when he reread his own emails, he probably went, "Wow, what am I doing here?" You know, and and that's true of a lot of things when you speak it, and if you're practicing these principles all the time, as soon as something comes out of your mouth that's negative, you can immediately switch that around and, you know, and I like it this way, or, you know, whatever you have to do to switch that so you don't have the energy on the negative part of your statement.
It's really about catching yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Catching yourself in the moment. Am I complaining or am I appreciating?
Yeah.
What end of the spectrum am I on? Am I appreciating or am I complaining? Because you're probably doing one or the other.
Yeah.
And so if you catch yourself when you start to complain, you can go, okay, I already know what I don't want. I've already complained about it 15 times.
Right.
What do I want?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do I want? And when you ask yourself that question, it flips the whole script and it changes everything about what you're putting out and it changes how you feel.
It really
It
does.
doesn't feel good to complain.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel negative emotion when you're doing it.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's useful to get that out, but it's not going to serve you in the long run.
No.
It
No.
just doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's all the vibration you don't want.
Right. Yeah. Another thing I thought of was shoot, I gotta look again. Keep going. I'll think of it. Um, it was something in, oh, like if you go to a restaurant, you know, and you sit down and you think, oh, I really want the soup, but I always get cold soup whenever I order soup from a restaurant. You know, then of course, you know, you're gonna get that. That's what you're
You're going to get cold soup.
manifesting. Yeah. And you know, I have a a friend that always would complain everywhere you would go to eat. And it got to be where I didn't want to go out to eat with them ever because it created that drama every time. And she finally realized, oh, I'm creating this, aren't I? And I'm like, yep, you are. Sorry, but you know, and then she would get excited about going to eat and oh, I love their food. And after that it changed up for her. She didn't have so many bad experiences where it was like every time she went somewhere, she would get cold food or a tough steak or, you know, everything
Yeah,
was wrong always. Well, think about what you're thinking about, you know?
right.
Yeah. And oh, I know what I was thinking about. When you go to bed, if you know, there's that old saying, never go to bed angry in like, especially in a marriage or in a partnership with someone, you know. If you go to bed angry, you're creating that anger all through the night too. And so if you make it a point never to go to bed angry or don't watch something violent right before you go to bed on TV because you're creating it and that then you might have nightmares in your sleep or you might have a bad dream that night. But if you make it a habit to listen to something happy or watch a funny show before you go to bed, you're going to have a lot better night's sleep and you're going to wake up in a better mood. Yeah.
Right. Some of my favorite things to do with that is meditate before bed
Yeah.
because it always puts me in a good headspace.
Yeah.
Or do the magic rock
Yeah.
that from The Secret,
Yeah.
where you do appreciation with your magic rock every night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I have mine right in my nightstand.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I love it. Yep.
I love
So
it. And crystals just kind of expand that energy, which is always wonderful.
they expand whatever you're thinking about. Here's my
Mhm.
favorite one.
I mean, we always have rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have an orange calcite right here because this is my creative area. I'm in my craft room right now.
Cool. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
it's right there.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So let's do the little appreciation exercise that you talked about.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that we wanted to do with you guys today.
Mhm.
The first one is since we're focusing on what we want, we're going to do a short reflection on this year and say, what went right?
Yeah.
What went well? What things that were amazing this year? What things that I love and appreciate? What went right this year? And so I just want you to pause this video and just take a minute or two and write down 5 things, just a short little thing, 5 things that went right this year, 5 things that were great, 5 things that you love, 5 things that you appreciate. It could be something that happened. It could be something that you like physically got. It could be something that you did that was amazing. It could be something somebody did for you that just struck you and you still remember it throughout the whole year. Just
Mhm.
pick 5 things that went right this year. I just want you to write them down.
Yeah.
So pause the video and write them down because we're going to continue.
Yep.
All right. So now that you've done your 5 things of what went right this year,
Hmm.
which I know you did because we love and we trust you, and this is going to only help you going forward into the new year. That's which is why we're doing it together.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing I want you to do is we're going to do appreciation, right? Appreciation is on the emotional scale. It's right up there with love and joy. And so love, joy, and appreciation are all on the top of the emotional scale, which is where we want to be. We want to be in that receiving mode, that allowing mode, that feeling great and amazing. And so I want you to just take a minute. Well, take a couple minutes because this is really important. It's kind of creating for yourself a rampage of appreciation, which creates momentum into going forward in that energy, which we want to bring into the brand new year with us. And so I want you to write down 10 things that you appreciate. And I want you to do that in focusing on the now moment. So I want you to write it as if it's happening right now. It's something you appreciate right now.
Mm.
Like, I appreciate that I have great lighting today in my video.
Yeah.
Whether it is or not, I don't know. But it's great. It's better than I normally
It's a
have.
good goal to have. Yeah.
So, and that's something that I want too, is I appreciate that I have great lighting in my video right now. And I'm talking about right now. And
Mhm.
so if you have anything that you're really wanting to continue forward, I want you to include that in your list of 10 things.
Yeah.
And I want you to start with I appreciate. And I want you to put it in present tense.
Hmm.
So take a few minutes and just do your 10 things. And that's going to be your rampage of appreciation. And that's going to help you to begin that momentum and bring it into the new year. It's an easy exercise, it's a fun exercise. And once you begin, it just flows. That's one of the things people are like, how do I think about 10 things that I appreciate? Well, once you do one or two, then
Yeah.
you think of another and another and another, and it'll be hard to stop at
Yeah.
10. And you don't have to stop at 10, you can do more than that.
Yeah.
But 10 is a really good thing to get that momentum really rolling in
Mhm.
that appreciation energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And to start out with, you don't have to have huge things. It can be just that I appreciate this really good cup of coffee this morning, whatever it is. It can be something little, and it just will keep going from there, and you'll be able to think of things so fast after that.
Yeah.
I keep an appreciation notebook where or a manifesting notebook, and I put my things that I appreciate in there. I have a magic pen that I use for that specific notebook, and I write the things down that I want to manifest, and I put them in present tense, and it has worked so good, and it's so fun to do, just to have a special place to put all your wishes in. And
Yeah.
it's really fun to do that. So make
Right.
it a practice for yourself, and it'll become a game. It'll become fun for you to do, and then you'll look forward to it every day when you make it fun.
Right. And part of the exercises in the magic, which is another of Rhonda Byrne's books
Hmm.
that we've done even book studies on.
Yeah.
in the past, is to do that 10 things of appreciation every morning or
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
as part of your practice. And each day you add on practices in the magic, and it's a 28-day thing.
Yeah.
And it's such a powerful exercise to do daily. Even if you have this one list of 10 things and
Right.
you say it out loud daily or you read it to yourself daily, it
Yeah.
begins that momentum of that appreciation energy in that moment and continues it
Yeah.
for however long, you're able to feel decent, it can be so powerful. It's so amazing. And like we said, appreciation is one of the highest vibrations. So what better one to be in throughout your day to
Right.
really begin that creation process of the things that you do want
Yeah.
in your life?
Yeah. And if you do that right away in the morning, it sets the tone for the whole day. And then at
Yes.
night, you can read your list and it sets that up for good sleep at night. So it really is the most perfect practice you can do for yourself to keep that momentum going in a good way.
It's very powerful. And it reminds you to focus on what you do want.
Yeah.
What I do want. I
Yeah.
want more of this. I want more things to appreciate. I want more things to love. And I want more fun in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
So perfect. There's your list
How does it get better
right
than?
there.
Yeah.
How does it get better than that? It's exactly right. And I want to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. So good. Yep. Anything else before we wrap it up?
I think that that's really all the things I wanted to begin our year with this year. And we had talked about wanting to begin our year this year with.
Hmm.
And you know, this list can really help you go into a rampage of appreciation, which is really just on a roll
Yeah.
of appreciation. And we've done those live before,
Yeah.
and they're really fun, but then it's really hard to stop.
Yeah, yeah. And it's something that you can do walking on a treadmill or walking outdoors. It's fun to, with every step, think about things that you appreciate and that can become a fun practice to do. If you don't like to write down or use a notebook or whatever, just say the things in your mind or out loud while you're walking and it makes the time go by faster. If you're walking on a treadmill and you get bored doing that, start that appreciation, a walk of appreciation or a rampage and just do it and it makes your time. You'll be done with your 20 minutes or whatever faster than you can even count, you know. It'll be so much fun. So try it out and let us know how it feels and how much better you feel by doing it.
Yeah, and I love to do it in my car because I have a long drive every
Yeah,
day to and from work. And so I know that when I do my rampage of appreciation in my car, my drive always goes better.
yeah,
And I always enjoy it so much more. And it's such a lovely way to start the day and to end the day too. Um, and if I ever notice that things start to not go well, that's my go-to, is I just start to say the things in my mind that I appreciate. Whatever I can think of in that moment
yeah.
is worthy of appreciating in that moment and starts that momentum towards what I do want. It's like catching yourself early and pivoting. It's my way of pivoting. It's
Right.
my favorite thing to do is to do a rampage of appreciation,
Yeah.
to pivot because that really gets me out of that headspace and into the headspace that I want to be in and need to be in
Yeah.
for the rest of my day.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you get to work, you're in a good mood because you've been happy all the way there.
Yeah.
You've been thinking about all the things you appreciate. So, yeah.
Because everybody knows that I'm not a morning person. I never have been. And I know that that's a pattern that I can change. However, it's okay that that's still me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I when I do that in the morning, they notice a difference. Like Krista's coming in and I'm always smiling. I'm always pretty happy. But even in the morning, I'm like, hello, good morning. I'm just the next level
Yeah.
of Carissa, right? I'm like the afternoon Carissa instead of early morning Carissa,
Yeah.
which is always good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Carissa, where can we find you on the wonderful world of webs?
Well, if you're looking for me on the interwebs,
Yeah.
which everyone's gonna cringe when I say that, and I love that. So where you can find me is I'm on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. Um, you can find us collectively on Facebook at Our
Soul space.
Soul Space. And you can find me Square site, which is also a link on my Facebook page, which is light-of-hope-healing.square.site. Light of Hope Healing, a bunch of dashes in between, .square.site. And you can find us on YouTube at SoulSpace Podcast as well, which is where we're going to be posting this first. Tracy, if people want to find you and find out what you're up to, where can they find you?
You can find me at inspiredsignals.com. All my links are there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals and at Inspired Signals Studio for my art stuff. So, both places, either one, it's all good. Website is
Awesome.
easiest. All the links are there.
Yeah, just go to inspiredsignals.com. Boom,
Yep,
boom, boom. There's all the things.
there's all the things. Yeah. So we are wishing you a happy new year and a happy close to this year and
Absolutely.
appreciate all the good things that have come your way and carry those good things forward into 2026.
Yes. Let's
And
start this year with appreciation. So we have so much more to appreciate in the new year.
yes, very good. All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys. See you next week.
Here. Bye-bye.